Forecast, a 30% chance for rain today, high 82. Partly cloudy tonight, low 68. For tomorrow, partly sunny, high of 80. Sunshine, 82 on Thursday. And for Friday, mostly sunny with a high of 85. Overnight, low 70. Yesterday's high 85. 4/100ths of an inch of rainfall yesterday. Just a trace overnight. Currently, humidity is at 100%. Winds are calm. The pressure at 29.86. Overcast skies. We've got 71 currently at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mark Turner, how are you?
I'm okay.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. We're very, very fortunate.
I'm checking to make sure I'm okay.
From here, you look okay.
Okay.
All right. Over here, Kathy Burkett's here for the first time. Your debut on Morning Coffee. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
We're glad to have you. You used to work at the radio station.
I did.
Well, that's a very small group of people here in town. But, you were here just at the turn of the ownership from the lands to the original company.
Yes.
Yeah. And
It's
now
awesome.
you're at the Wayne County Soil and Water. In other words, you deal with mud all day?
Well, kind of, sort of. Soil, water. Yeah, that's mud.
But I saw you at Rotary, and I thought, this would be a fun person to have on Morning Coffee. So that's why you're here. Thank you for coming.
Well, thank you for having me.
This is day 8 of the diet.
Oh, boy.
It's going well. Going very well.
Well as can be expected.
It is. I respect, I appreciate the fact that you've not brought in and eaten a Krispy Kreme in front of me during the
I
show.
wouldn't do that in front of you. I would talk about it because,
Yes, you would.
first of all, they wouldn't make it in.
Why, you mean? I would stop them at the door.
No, I'd eat them before they
I
get
would,
here.
and you'd have icing on your lips. I'm putting together something for the homecoming parade.
Float?
No, better.
Okay.
Better.
Okay.
The Bassett Brigade.
The Bassett Brigade.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Our 2 Bassets, our 2 3-year-old Bassets.
Is there like a drill team, the Bassett drill team involved?
The best they can do is sniff you and urinate in the wrong place. But the truth of the matter is, we've got about 3 other Bassets in town that we've pulled together, and they will be dragged through the parade route. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
I hope
homecoming
you're looking
is
forward to that.
October 11th for the homecoming parade.
It's
Had to think about that.
Are they going to wear clothes?
yes, one of them is. I don't plan on dressing my Bassets. I find that to be I'm really worried about people that dress their dogs up. But we had them dressed up in a parade. I want to say it was I forget which parade it was, but it was here in town, and they were in a cart. We pulled them, and we made the cart into a jail, and we put, we put
Orange
prisoner clothes
jumpsuits
on. Isn't that kind of sick?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Fairfield Fall Fun Fest buttons are out.
Yes, they are. And, of course, we participate by announcing the winning numbers when they come out. There you go. You got one right there.
Right there.
Nice.
All right.
That's
You
what
can
they
see it
look
up in the corner there.
Available at several businesses around town.
And a big prize at the end. $100.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
those are chamber bucks
and
mostly.
chamber bucks, yeah.
There
So
you go.
Spend them around town.
Kathy, we do something at the beginning of the show that we like to call the bucket of bunk.
We want the bunk.
All righty.
Give us the bunk.
That's the WFIW Morning Singers doing that with a solo performance by our newsman at the end, if you didn't notice.
That's the dulcet tones of Jeff Vaughn.
He rocks the world with his
does.
voice. He sure does. Birthdays today. Lyndon Baines Johnson,
LBJ.
former president of the United States, died. This is what's frightening about it. He died at the age of 64. I understand he couldn't diet.
Oh, no.
Anyway, he's the 36th president.
Probably lost so much weight that he couldn't survive.
He didn't
couldn't
look
sustain himself anymore.
Right.
That's right.
Because he was dieting.
He assumed the presidency, of course, in the worst of circumstances
Yeah.
in 1963 with the assassination of John F. Kennedy. He was a Democrat from Texas. He was a congressman. He was in the Senate. Remember his wife's name?
Lady Bird.
Lady Bird Johnson. He was known to give people the Johnson treatment. That means if he wanted a piece of legislation, he would lean on you
Oh, yeah?
real hard and find ways to intimidate you. And he was very good
Well,
at
he
that.
had J. Edgar Hoover.
Yes, he did. He could lean on J. Edgar. Get out of that dress, J. Edgar. Vietnam War was his downfall.
Yeah.
And when he lost he didn't run for re-election in '68. See, he took over half of JFK's term.
Right, and then got
Then he's
reelected.
murdered Goldwater.
Yeah.
And then in '68, he could have run again, but the war was just killing him.
Mm-hmm.
And so he decided not to run. And that's when Nixon was elected. So anyway, he went off to Texas and he died not too long after that. Tuesday Weld is 75 today. Do you remember Tuesday Weld?
How ironic that her birthday is on a Tuesday.
Well, it is sometimes.
Yeah. Actually, I don't remember too much about her. Outside of she was a model.
Yes, she was in a couple of movies that were pretty famous. Looking for Mr. Goodbar in 1977 and The Winter of Our Discontent in 1983. This was a really tortured soul. She had a nervous breakdown at 9,
At 9?
alcoholism at 12, and a suicide attempt right after the alcoholism was discovered at the age of 12. It's amazing she got to 75.
That's a troubled childhood.
Her niece called her Tutu. Her real name is Susan Kerr, but her niece called her Tutu when she was growing up, and she took that and made it into Tuesday and developed the name and the persona of Tuesday Weld. But she had 3 spouses. One of them was Dudley Moore. You remember him from 10 and a
Yes.
couple of other
And Arthur?
movies? Arthur. That's what he was
That's
known
his
for.
big one, yeah.
She has 2 kids, one with Moore. Barbara Bach is 71 today. What do you think she's best known for?
Dukes of Hazzard? Daisy Dukes?
No, that's not
That's
Barbara.
not the same one.
No, it isn't.
Okay.
That's
Catherine Bach.
yes. She was a Bond girl, Barbara Bach. She was in The Spy Who Loved Me. Met Ringo Starr on the set of the movie Caveman and met him and married him. She's Ringo Starr's wife.
Okay.
And they're both vegetarians, by the way.
Raw vegetarians?
You know, I never know the difference. What's the
Okay.
difference? Do you know what the
I
difference
don't know
is?
the difference. Yeah.
I bet they go to Burger King and get one of those Impossible Whoppers.
We have to talk. Stop
I
for a
wanna
second.
try one of
Are you going to?
those.
Go ahead.
Okay, we were out of town the other day, so we stopped at Burger King. And we thought, let's try the tacos at Burger King.
They're not vegetarian.
No, they were pretty good. But we thought, because after we had already ordered, so we couldn't order the Impossible Whopper. But I wouldn't mind trying one
I
just to
would
see what
too.
they taste like.
I've got a story in the stack. Get a load of this. Kentucky Fried Chicken is the first fast food restaurant to try plant-based alternatives to chicken.
That'd be Tofikin.
It's finger looking good. The Beyond Fried Chicken product.
It's toe finger licking good.
Beyond Fried Chicken product will debut today in Atlanta. President and Chief Concept Officer, that's what they call them,
There's just something wrong with
says,
that.
yeah, what do you think the Colonel would think about this? He says, customers will find it hard to tell that the product is plant-based. It comes after Burger King launched its own meatless meal, the Impossible Whopper. That's what they call
The
it.
Colonel's rolling over in his grave right now.
I heard last week when I went to a Farm Bureau debate for young leaders that they actually said that someone could put all 3 of the, 3 different burgers, like regular meat burgers, in that in front of you,
And you couldn't tell the difference?
they could not tell the
Now,
difference.
see, I've had the black bean burger at a couple of different
Yeah,
places
it
before.
doesn't do
and
anything
that's
for
not
me.
bad.
No. You got to have some meat. Where's the meat?
Where's the beef?
Where's the beef? It's not in my diet right now. It doesn't show up, at least.
All right.
I
Continuing
had this moment last night.
with the.
I had this moment.
Yeah.
I had my little 8-ounce piece of chicken,
Yeah.
and I had my salad. Okay. It's sitting right next to it. And my father-in-law came into the house to inspect some work that's being done that he's helping put together.
Yeah.
And he wanted to talk while I was looking at my food. I kept looking at him, looking at the food, looking at him, looking at my watch, looking at the food, looking at him. Okay, enough of that. Let's not dwell on that. Anyway, Barbara Bach, married twice, but she is married now and has been for a long time to Sir Richard Starkey. Ringo Starr. Yes, and she tried to be on Charlie's Angels, by the way.
Did she really?
They said that the producers said she was too sophisticated in her actions and her looks. By the way,
Wow.
her
What does that
sister.
mean?
I mean, we can't use you. Her sister is married to Joe Walsh.
Really?
So Joe Walsh and Ringo hang out because their wives are sisters.
Wow.
Not here,
Yeah.
but they hang out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoa.
that microphone got right in the way.
He thought it was a beef burger.
Yeah,
I
he
thought
did.
it
I'm
was.
sorry, I'm getting a little wobbly here. Help me through, Mark. All right, and the final birthday I want to point out is Paul Pee Wee Herman.
Oh my
He's
goodness.
Paul
66. Yes, Paul Rubens. What is there a story
my,
there?
My husband loves Pee Wee
Really?
Herman. Yes.
He grow
He's
up.
going to kill me for saying that on the air.
Well, I mean, tell you, he is after I tell you about him.
Oh.
He joined the troupe of the Groundlings, which is the improvisational group in L.A.
Yeah.
He joined that back in the beginning. In 1982, his character was born. I mean, Paul Rubens becomes Pee Wee Herman. Okay? They're two different people there. Okay? It's a persona. And he did the film Pee Wee's Big Adventure in 1983. Big hit.
Yeah.
Sequel, Big Top Pee Wee in 1988. Also a success. And then there were a number of events.
Yes.
Pee Wee was playing with his. I won't say it.
Please don't.
Nice.
1991.
But you get the picture.
1991, arrested for indecent exposure at an adult theater in Sarasota, Florida.
At an
So-
adult theater.
Yes, an adult theater.
Yeah.
He was
So
apparently.
maybe that's to be expected in an adult theater.
Well, let's hope that that was what motivated the fact that he was indecently exposed. In 2010, he actually took the Pee Wee Herman show on Broadway. He
Really?
it was hard for him to. He recovered, is what I'm trying to say. There's some of those
Recovered or
mugshots.
rebounded?
Some of those mugshots of him after they pulled him out of that theater in Sarasota, Florida. Yeah, my Carol's son Ryan was a big Pee Wee Herman fan. So I never got it. Did you? Did you get the whole Pee Wee Herman craze?
Yeah. I watched
No.
Pee Wee.
You didn't, but
No.
your husband did. So
Yeah.
that's okay. That's not a problem. I'm sure you're not going to be in trouble for that.
No, not at all.
August 27th, this date in 1921, the owner of the Acme Packing Company bought a pro football team in Green Bay, Wisconsin. W.J.E. Clare paid tribute to those who worked in his plant by naming the team
The Packers.
the Green Bay Packers.
Go Pack Go.
1921. Are you a Packer fan?
Yes,
Really?
Yes.
You're a cheesehead.
I am.
Oh, well. Bring your cheese in so I can look at it, huh? Maybe smell it. 1945, American troops landed in Japan after the surrender of the Japanese government at the end of World War II. 81, work began on recovering a safe from the Andrea Doria. It was a luxury liner that went down in 1956 off Massachusetts. They're trying to get I don't think they ever got it. 1984, Ronald Reagan announced that the first citizen to go into space would be a teacher, would the first citizen to go into space, just a citizen, would be a teacher. That was Krista McCullough. Of course, she died in the Challenger disaster. 84, Diane Sawyer became the 5th reporter on 60 Minutes. And in 1998, Titanic became the first movie in North America to earn more than $600 million. Very popular. Music history. 1965, Elvis Presley played host to the Beatles at his home in Bel Air, California. In 67, Brian Epstein was found dead in his home. He was the manager of the Beatles. 1980, Stevie Ray Vaughan and 3 members of the Eric Clapton Band were killed in a helicopter crash in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
They were good.
They're
Very.
bad day in music.
92, John Lennon's handwritten lyrics to A Day in the Life sold for $87,000 in an auction. All that memorabilia, huge. Go to the Sotheby's and you could make hundreds of thousands of dollars off the Beatles stuff. Our question of the day was interesting, I thought. Should the government cease television commercials promoting vaping? A little bit controversial.
Yeah.
And we will talk about it. We've got quite a bit of response. We'll talk about it when we come back with Kathy Burkett on Morning Coffee.
What does building a better bank look like? It starts with building Capital One cafes, warm, inviting places that feel nothing like a typical bank, where you can open an account with no fees or minimums in 5 minutes. And you'll always find people ready to help you, not sell you. Welcome to Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet?
For consumers only. Offered by Capital One and a member FDIC. Cafes available in select locations. Copyright 2018 Capital One.
They say you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so here at Charmin, we decided to sing about it.
Super mega rolls, yeah. 6 rolls in 1. Got rolls on rolls on rolls. TP for everyone. Charmin rolls got rolls. Super mega rolls. Super mega lasts forever. Charmin rolls got rolls.
Charmin Super Mega Roll is 6 regular rolls in 1. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
6 rolls in 1.
Farmer T's Fresh Market Cafe in Sisney is the place that serves fresh-made soups, salads, sandwiches, hot or cold, flatbread pizzas, and smoothies. We have all of your favorites from the triple-decker roast beef sandwich to the chicken Caesar flatbread pizza. And let's not forget about that ladybug smoothie. Farmer T's serves daily lunch and dinner specials. Open 5 days a week for lunch, closed on Thursdays and Sundays. Follow us on Facebook for hours and new specials each week.
It's here. The Big Deal Store is online and waiting for you to shop and buy gift certificates to local businesses. Go to your station's website, WFIWradio.com, and click on Big Deals. Here you'll find dozens of gift certificates for places like Three Chicks Fudgery, Act Tire and Auto, Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center, and Bullard's Farm Market and Bakery. You can shop 24 hours a day and save tons of money in the process. But you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
3 generations ago, friends and neighbors banded together to energize the future. They brought power to the community and built an electric co-op. Today, your local co-op proudly stands as a part of the national network of Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, which means you receive best-in-class service for your community at an affordable price.
Wayne White County's Electric Cooperative, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Time Capsule, sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another Time Capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when President Nixon stepped up the bombing of North Vietnam and shared Time Magazine's Man of the Year award with Henry Kissinger? After our first nighttime launch, Apollo 17 made our final flight to the moon.
3, 2, 1, ignition. Fly away, Houston.
Former President Harry Truman died at 88. The Miami Dolphins became the first NFL team in 30 years to finish a regular season undefeated. We saw the last Dick Cavett show on ABC, the last weekly issue of Life, and heard new songs like these on the radio.
Oh, what a sweet surrender. Rocky Mountain High.
it yet? Well, the answer and a hunk of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
Swing by the Fairfield Save-A-Lot and take advantage of these great deals. Whole pork butts, $1.69 a pound. USDA inspected beef T-bone steaks, $3.79 a pound. Bicolored sweet corn, 2 for 88 cents. And red or green seedless grapes, $1.49 a pound. Prices are good now through Labor Day. The Fairfield Save-A-Lot wishes you have a safe and enjoyable Labor Day. Good food, great people, great prices at your Save-A-Lot store, West Main Street in Fairfield.
December 1972. Me and Mrs. Jones.
Billy Paul and Me and Mrs. Jones, the top song of December 1972. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another Time Capsule.
Time Capsule has been sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
This week is Carnaby's last summer hurrah. For all summer clothing, 1/2 off of 1/2. The Carnaby girls will be starting off the holiday by closing at 3 p.m. this Saturday. Don't forget that all roads lead to game day, and the Mules tees are now restocked, available in youth and toddler sizes too. Labor a little, enjoy a lot. This week into the weekend. At Carnaby Square, they're open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5, and open late on Thursday till 7 for your shopping convenience.
What is hope? Hope to me was just that he would get to come home. I had no idea how hard it would be once he got back.
I wish she'd stop drinking so much. She thinks it's helping, but it's not. I hope she sees that soon.
I act like I don't care if he comes to my games, but I hope he does.
I used to hope he'd find happiness again. Now I hope our marriage makes it.
I hope Grandpa will get help. He thinks it's too late, but it's not.
With everything that he's going through, I hope he sees a counselor. I just want my brother back.
I hoped he'd get help. Stop hoping things would get better on their own. He told me to stop asking. I didn't. Then one day he asked for a ride.
Hope is knowing there are other families just like yours, that the veterans they love got help and recovered. Go to maketheconnection.net and turn hope into action.
All right. Welcome back to Morning Coffee. It's time for that question of the day.
Don't let me forget to tell a LBJ story after this, and you've got to tell an album story, a vinyl story. Okay,
I can tell a vinyl story.
All right, Kathy. The question of the day was, should the government cease television commercials promoting vaping? Now, here's what's going on. Cigarette commercials have been banned since 1971.
Yep.
Okay, but now you have these e-cigarettes. Okay, and they are not a part of the legislation.
There are some regulations, though.
They have to say up front.
They say up front this product contains nicotine.
Right. And the truth of the matter is, I don't go do whatever you need to do. It's not a big deal to me. Right. I just find it interesting the paradox between the fact that these aren't permitted and these are. Okay, so I asked the question. Put it on the website. We had 215 votes, and it was pretty one-sided. Should the government cease television commercials? Yes, 160. No, 56. So it was like 3-1. Now, some of the comments were hard to understand. Okay.
All right.
Eric says they are all for socialism, just for the farmers and the rich folks. What did that have to do with anything?
I don't understand that one.
If it's for the middle class, it's socialism. If it's for a tax break for the Wall Street bankers, it's capitalism. Needs to be done same way with subsidies for farmers. Dude, whatever you're smoking, put it up, okay? Dan said not defending vaping, but censorship is un-American. Okay. Nate said the government should not have the right to tell anyone what they can do and can't do. They've already done it since 1971.
Right.
With the cigarettes. I'm pointing out the paradox, the fact that it appears there's a disparity here in the way that things are being handled. And Aaron said, for being 90% Republican, this county sure does like the government telling people what they can do and what they can't do. I guess he's referring to the numbers that came out in the poll 3-1 saying they should be off TV.
Right.
So there you go.
Okay.
I thought a very simple question that some people got their shorts in a wad over, and I can't understand. There. My LBJ story. We got it called in from one of our friends at one of the funeral homes.
Yep. Golson, down at McLeansboro.
Said that LBJ was back home. He was in Congress. He was riding his car. Got pulled over by a cop. Cop walked up next to him in the car. LBJ rolled down the window. The cop said, "Oh, my God." And he said, "And don't you forget that." There's that. Now, you were telling us during break, Kathy, do you have any vinyl?
Yes.
You do?
Randy does.
Okay, so your husband has
Tons.
vinyl. Tons of vinyl?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so what does he collect?
He collects a lot of the rock, Southern rock, hard
like
rock,
the Skinner
anything.
and
yes. Lots. I mean, like
Creedence.
Yes, Clearwater.
Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Yes.
So he does that, and he likes the sound of the vinyl, I assume. That's the reason. Why, or is it
he
just
likes the cover.
Oh,
Like
the
the
cover
cover.
art.
The covers, okay.
The covers.
I understand that.
All right.
I have a pretty good. Some people call them pieces of vinyl, and I have several pieces of vinyl. But I collected back in the day, 1950s and 1960s comedy albums before they used bad language.
All right.
Cosby before he started drugging women, having sex with them. He was pretty good on comedy albums.
Mm-hmm.
And Bob Newhart. God, he was great back in the 50s and 60s. A great stand-up comedian. So, how did you wander into this world?
All right. Well, a friend of ours, Andy Rogers,
called
me, said, "Hey, I know you. I've heard you talk about collect records. Well, I've got some records I'd like you to take a look at."
Yeah.
So he brought over. He had 3 boxes of them. And
that's heavy.
Yeah, he had quite a few of them. A lot of he had a lot of old country, some gospel. There was some comedy in there. Justin Wilson.
Oh, the Cajun.
Yeah,
he's very funny.
Remember he had the cooking show on?
Yes, he was good. I remember him.
And he had one in particular. It was a former wrestler.
Yeah.
Okay. It had a picture of the wrestler. Then it said then above it, Nature
Right.
Boy Tommy something. I can't remember his last name.
That's when he was a wrestler.
And then in the other corner it had now Evangelist Tommy, and the name of the album was I Wrestled with Jesus.
That's great.
I'm going to take the Messiah and best 2 out of 3. Okay.
But I bought a few. I bought an album called.
So you've got a turntable and everything.
Yeah, I got a couple of them.
You like the sound, the scratchiness?
I
and all
like
that
the sounds.
Is the depth of the sound? Is that what
the
it is?
depth of the sound is more depends on what type of turntable and equipment you have. I've got one of those old big console stereos.
Yeah.
So the sound is really deep and rich when it comes to the wood. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I've also got one of those little tiny ones that are Bluetooth acceptable and has the radio. And to me it's a little tinny.
Okay, so let me ask you, between your husband and you, do you sit and turn up the stereo and sit and listen to that music often?
Yes.
I do.
Really?
In the
like
garage.
loud?
Yes.
if I'm doing something in the house, cleaning, something like that, I just throw a stack of vinyl on and
son of a gun.
Yeah.
I don't have that. And you know what? To tell you the truth, that's really kind of collectible now.
Yeah, it certainly is.
It
and,
is.
And by the way, thanks Andy for bringing those over to let me see them. They were really cool.
Yeah, thanks, Andy, for not letting us see them first.
Well, there might be some there.
There are still some available.
You think maybe there's some Southern rock there, huh?
I'm not sure if there's any Southern rock, but there's a lot of gospel.
I'm giving you a
There's
lead.
Okay.
Some old country. I bought a Lefty Frizzell album.
Lefty Frizzell.
Yeah.
I almost forgot he existed. Son of a gun.
Early Lefty Frizzell.
He was a righty then.
Yeah. Yep. He was not a southpaw at that time.
That's right. He switched over after it became country.
So you just got back from vacation. Is that right?
Tell us
Kathy?
about that.
Yeah, we want to hear about this.
I went to, flew into Atlanta, Georgia, and went there to see my son. My son actually lives in Phoenix, Alabama, which is an hour and a half away from Georgia. And
From Atlanta.
yes, Atlanta.
Okay, so it's in Georgia, but it's an hour and a half from Atlanta.
Yes. We actually go to Columbus,
Right.
Georgia.
Mhm.
And it's a big town there. They're not very far from there, and they do whitewater rafting, and they zip line. So I decided that me and my son should do something together and make a memory. We did.
And what was that memory?
Zip line.
I've never done that. Have you?
I have never done a. Well, I've tried to do a zip line.
Well, the zip line itself wasn't that bad, but this is actually zip lining over the Chattahoochee.
Okay.
So there's some depth. I mean,
Yes.
it's pretty high up.
And there's, yeah.
And how fast does it go?
Oh, I don't know. It's fast. And then you go from Georgia to Alabama, and then from Alabama back to Georgia.
That's cool.
Well, because you got to get back, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, see, I've went whitewater rafting in that area, and that is a beautiful area of the country.
I would worry about hearing banjos.
Well,
whitewater
I actually
rafting.
bought a
Probably.
T-shirt down there after whitewater rafting that said "Paddle Faster."
Yes.
Banjo music.
Yes. They have those in a little gift store
Yeah.
there.
You'd go sightseeing around Atlanta or in Georgia besides? I mean, like, for instance, you go to Stone Mountain.
Well, no, we just went to Columbus, and then we went to Auburn. And I'm a huge Alabama fan.
Really?
And my
Auburn's not the place to go.
Yeah, and my
You didn't wear any Alabama stuff, did you?
Oh, well, I have an Alabama tattoo, and I couldn't take it off.
You can't take that off.
But yeah, it was pretty neat though to see the campus there of
Now, see-
Auburn. But my son was like,
Did you kill any trees while you were there?
no.
Good.
Now,
Oh
see,
my
Tina,
goodness.
Tina's a big Alabama. She's a big Bama fan.
You
Yes.
know why I mentioned that? They went to Auburn. Was it Auburn and Alabama that they went in and they killed some of the trees
Yeah.
that were in the
I think so.
campus?
Yeah.
They did. They killed the tree. They poisoned it after, yeah.
Isn't that
one of the games.
unbelievable?
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Yeah, does your guest there wouldn't be happen to wear a sky blue uniform shirt with thermogas on it, would she?
No, I don't have that on today.
All right.
But yeah, I got it on the dryer at home, on the top of the dryer.
Good show, everybody.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank
Obviously,
you.
somebody that knows you
Thank
very well,
you.
Kathy. Tell us a little bit. I've got more stuff in the stack, but tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, I work for Wayne County Soil and Water District. The water district is in the USDA office. We have NRCS and we have FSA out there. We just basically try to help protect the soil, conserve the land, just try to help the farmers do whatever they need to take care of all the situations out there.
All right.
Got you. Another
Let's
call.
get back to the phone lines. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Hello.
Hello. Anybody there?
Guess not. I detect. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Are you there? Nope. Guess not.
I detect a little bit of a twang in your voice.
no.
Yeah, are you
I'm
Wayne County?
originally from Red Bay, Alabama.
Ah, there we go.
Now listen. How do you tell us again where you work at?
Wayne County Soil and Water.
See, soul.
Yeah, here's the problem.
Bowl,
He's got a
too,
problem
right?
with boil.
Yeah.
See, I
Bowl.
grew up in Kentucky. I can't
Yeah.
say bowl.
Yeah, bowl.
Boil. We're going to have a boil order.
Gonna have
I can't believe it. I'm sitting in my office. I'm going, what's a boil order?
Yes.
We're gonna
Bowl. B-O-L-L. Bowl.
It sounds like B-U-L-L. That's what it sounds like. So anyway,
Didn't Red Bay, Alabama win like the Little League World Series a couple years ago or something like that?
They may have. They're
Okay.
huge in sports.
Well, how did you get to Wayne County?
Well, my husband had a transfer of a job
Okay.
up here,
All right.
and we came up. Yeah.
Well, good. We're glad to have you here.
I love it. It's home now.
It certainly is. But just to be clear, until you've been here 50 to 60 years, you're not a local. Okay, I'm just.
Oh,
just
no.
Make sure you understand that.
I get
Right
it.
now, if you passed away, it'd be Alabama woman dies in Fairfield.
In Illinois.
35 years ago, but it looks like Eddie Murphy's coming back to Saturday Night Live.
Really? As a cast member or a host?
No, he's coming back to host it on December 21st. You remember, he came back for the anniversary show, and they had asked him to play Bill Cosby in the anniversary special, and he said he was not comfortable doing that.
Really?
And so he did not perform that.
Because, in his stand-up routine, he did imitations of
sure,
Bill Cosby.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I guess after Bill got in trouble. The alum said he will host an episode. That's the first time he'll be on the show since 1984. They need something.
Yeah, they got to have something, yeah.
I mean, people will watch this show.
Yes.
December 21st. There's no doubt about that. By the way, today, actress Lori Loughlin, as well as her husband, will be in Boston federal court. They have a hearing on the charges against them in the college admissions scam.
Mm-hmm.
She's
the one that pleaded not guilty, right?
She did plead not guilty, so they're going to have to go to trial. That couple is alleged to have paid over $1 million to get their daughters into Southern Cal, guised as a member of the crew team, the rowing team.
Does SC even have a rowing team?
I think they do, but these folks have never ever rowed anything in their life, so that's what's even more suspicious about the whole thing.
Maybe they were cheerleaders for the rowing team, and they stood out back and sang "Row, row, row your boat."
There you go.
That'd be the way the cheerleaders could.
What's the way we used to do it? Row, row, row your boat, and then somebody starts in with
Yes.
row, row, row. Maybe that's what they did.
That's what we need on this show, rounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The
rounds of what?
Rounds. That's how you sing.
Yeah.
I was looking at the summer sequels and remakes as far as movies. Learned the term tentpole.
Yeah, I've never heard that term.
Have you ever heard that
associated
term?
with movies?
Never.
A tentpole is like Iron Man would be the tentpole for all the other superhero movies. I think.
Okay.
That's the. Anyway, they've essentially, by doing all of that this summer, they're still down 2% at the movie theaters.
No, nobody goes to the movies anymore.
Well, there's nothing original
They're too
to
expensive.
see. It's Iron Man 8.
And they're too expensive.
They are expensive. You got to go to a matinee
Yeah.
just to make it
Yeah.
work.
Yes.
Do you do any movies?
I like doing movies, but yes, it's too expensive.
Here's one I can't understand, so help me here. A Spanish endurance athlete is the first person to trek across the Pacific Ocean on a stand-up paddleboard.
Okay.
Antonio de la Rosa started his journey in San Francisco back in June and finished in Honolulu on Saturday, this past Saturday, covering over 2,900 miles in 76 days. His 24-foot, now, don't you
That's
think...
not a paddleboard.
24-foot paddleboard came complete with a cabin for sleeping
Oh,
and
That's
a
a-
storage space.
24 foot? That's a yacht.
That's
How can you have a
crazy.
sleeping place on a paddleboard? So I don't think it's much of an accomplishment, personally.
No, I don't think so.
I don't either.
Well, let me. Okay, so a paddleboard.
Yeah.
So he had a paddle. He had to paddle. So that's an accomplishment. Paddling 2,900 miles in a boat.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a pretty good accomplishment.
They're trying to figure out why an Iowa City man is accused of stripping off all of his clothes before breaking into a business. Police say Andy Tran took his clothes off and broke into the White Dog Auto and damaged a couple of cars on Saturday. Tran was identified after he left some of his clothes behind with his ID in
Oh, boy.
Then, when Tran spoke to police, he reportedly didn't remember the break-in. So it sounds to me like maybe some mind-altering drugs were a part of this.
Something was involved in that.
Well, was it like it? Where was it from? Where was he from? Where did this happen?
Iowa City, Iowa.
Oh, Iowa. I thought maybe if it happened
Don't-
down south, I
don't-
could understand why he took all his clothes
Don't
off.
worry. It's not from Alabama, so you're not going to have to worry about that.
Thank goodness.
Moonshine was not involved to our knowledge.
A tattoo, huh?
Yeah, on my ankle. Roll
Oh,
Tide.
there it is!
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Wow.
Yeah.
Outside of the ankle. That had to hurt.
It did. Yeah.
What prompts you? Share with me what would prompt you to do that. A distinct loyalty to the brand of Alabama?
Yes. Do you know anything about college football and how powerful it is?
I'm going to tell you. Paul Bear Bryant was the greatest coach to ever put on a houndstooth hat and walk the sidelines.
Yes.
And when he retired, he died right after that. That's
Yep.
how important it was to him.
See, that's on my bucket list. I want to go to Neyland
of the
Stadium
games.
in Knoxville
Yes.
because I want to see 120,000 people singing Rocky Top.
That would be
That's
awesome.
what I want to go.
It's powerful. People
Oh, it
are
is.
serious there.
Oh,
about
yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Have you been to many games down there?
I have not. Not since I've been up here.
Okay.
But now
It's
Van
tough to get
Tiffen,
tickets.
which was the barefoot kicker for Alabama,
Right.
he actually went to school where I went to school at. Graduated a year
Where'd you go to school?
Red Bay.
Okay. Red Bay High School.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I remember where I heard Red Bay, Alabama from. They were in a basketball tournament around here last year.
Really?
Maybe
They
over
came
at
all the way up
maybe
here?
over at Mater Day, I think.
Maybe.
Breeze Mater Day. I think they came up and played at a Christmas tournament.
Breeze Mater Day.
Breeze Mater Day, yes.
Wow. I used to go to that all the time. One last story before we give you some trivia questions.
All right.
This is from Washington, D.C. Scientists with the Smithsonian say they're discovering a new leech in the D.C. area swamps. No, we're not talking about lobbyists. A paper was recently published at the Journal of Parasitology.
That's a big word.
Yeah, I said it pretty well, too. Documenting the discovery of the leech, which is the first to be discovered on the continent in over 40 years. The new species is found in a southern Maryland swamp. The leech is said to have 3 jaws, each of which contains 56 to 59 teeth and can suck 5 times their body weight in blood.
Have you ever had a leech on you?
I have not.
Oh.
I have.
It's not fun.
Well, you remember they used to attach them because they thought that would help your health.
Yeah. I was swimming in a creek one time, and
We're talking Alabama?
yes,
An Alabama leech got you?
yes,
And you had to detach
disgusting.
it? Did you have to pull it off? Or
Yes, you had to
is,
pull
is
it
there
off.
is there a method to pulling off leeches?
It's like pulling a Band-Aid.
You just, yeah,
Just
You ever
Rip
been
it
leech?
right off.
Have you ever been leech bait?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've had one.
You're
on
down
me
there.
before.
You're down there in Kentucky. You two guys are out there bulling stuff all the time. Yeah, well. So I've got trivia. Should I go to it?
Yeah,
Should I
let's
give
go
you the
to it.
questions?
Yep, let's go.
This is highly disappointing.
We don't want a situation like happened yesterday.
Yeah, we got too late.
Yeah.
Dave
We had to
Rigg.
go through 10 questions in like 30 seconds.
Oh.
I mean, Dave Rigg brought Bible trivia again. I'm going to
Oh,
talk to him about that.
wow. Did you do good?
Dave Rigg brought Bible trivia yesterday. Let me just state that.
He's headed back to Sunday school and Bible school.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
'Cause
thought
he
I
got
knew the Bible,
schooled
but
in
I
Bible
apparently
trivia.
didn't.
Uh-oh.
Now this is great because this was in the bucket, and this is great for you. This is super for you,
Okay.
Kathy. This is what happened in 1978.
Oh, that's way, way long ago.
And you're so young.
I
as
was
it
so
before
young.
it was before you were born.
How am I going to know this?
Question 1. In 1978, the U.S. Treasury minted this new coin. That's number 1.
I think I know that
1978. Also in 1978, he asked 900 people in Guyana to commit suicide?
I know that one.
Number 3, the son of Sam was convicted in 1978. What was his real name? Okay. Number 4, 2 big John Travolta movies opened in 1978. Name them. You're going to get in on this, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Number 5, a gallon of gas cost what in 1978?
Okay.
We're going to take a spread of about 5 cents either side.
Okay.
Okay, to say whether you're right or not. Number 6, she was picked to be an astronaut and went into space in 1983. I gave it away earlier
Yeah,
today.
you told us that answer earlier.
Actually, no, I didn't. She was picked in 1978 to be an astronaut. I didn't say she was the first astronaut.
Right.
And she went into space in 1983.
Okay.
All right. Number 7, the newspaper comic strip debuted in 46 newspapers in 1978. This one, this newspaper
which
comic
comic
strip.
strip?
Yes.
Okay.
Number 8, the U.S. stopped production of the neutron bomb. What is a neutron bomb? Okay. Number 9.
It's a Pointer Sisters song, isn't it?
No, it's
Okay.
not. The first ever cellular mobile phone system starts in which state?
Okay.
And number 10, name the game that started the craze for computer video games. It started in 1978.
Oh, yeah.
I might know that one.
Yep.
You're in, you know, to get in the Hall of Fame in baseball, you got about 300.
Yeah.
You're going to do that. You're going to do that right here on the air. We're going to take a break and we'll come back with Kathy Burkett. We're going to have the answers and trivia right after this.
You decide because you know where you belong. Wabash Christian Village in Carmi for short-term inpatient rehab. You decide because you know where you belong. You decide. Wabash Christian Village in Carmi, Grace Point Rehab, 382-4644.
It's here. The Big Deal Store is online and waiting for you to shop and buy gift certificates to local businesses. Go to your station's website, WFIWradio.com, and click on Big Deals. Here you'll find dozens of gift certificates for places like Three Chicks Fudgery, Act Tire and Auto, Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center, and Bullard's Farm Market and Bakery. You can shop 24 hours a day and save tons of money in the process. But you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last. Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet in Mount Vernon has all your flooring needs. They have a large selection in stock and always give great service. Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet certificates are available on the Big Deal Store.
The race is on at Holiday World and Splash and Safari in 2020. Go head-to-head against your family and friends on Cheetah Chase, the world's first launched water coaster. Winning comes easy at Holiday World and Splash and Safari with their free unlimited soft drinks, free unlimited sunscreen, free parking, and unlimited rides and slides. Act fast today to always be a winner and save up to $49 per person on their 2020 season passes. Slide on over to holidayworld.com for the biggest savings now through September 15th.
This is Dave Rigg inviting you to join me for Gospel Time. If you enjoy gospel music by such recording artists as Gold City, the Florida Boys, and the Gaither Vocal Band, I think you'll enjoy listening to Gospel Time. Gospel Time is heard every Sunday morning at 6:30 on WFIW-FM 104.9 and at 11:45 a.m. and 4 p.m. on WFIW-AM 1390 and 103.3 FM. Join me next time for Gospel Time with Dave Rigg.
WFIW 104.9 and WOKZ 105.9 is again your home for area high school football this year. Catch all the Mules action on WFIW 104.9 and WFIWradio.com starting August 30th as the Mules host Cesar Valier. Edwards County is on the road to start the season on the 30th. They'll be at Chester. You can hear the broadcast of the Lions games on WOKZ 105.9 and Network1Sports.com. Fairfield area weather forecast calling for a 30% chance for rain today, high 82. Partly cloudy tonight, low 68. Partly sunny, 80 tomorrow. Sunshine, 82 on Thursday. And for Friday, mostly sunny with a high 85. Overnight, low 70. Yesterday's high was 85. 4/100ths of an inch of rainfall yesterday here at the WFIW studios. And just a trace this morning. Currently, humidity is at 99%. Winds are calm. Pressure at 29.86. Right now, cloudy skies, 71 at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Radar weather showing nothing in the immediate area in terms of precipitation this morning. Okay, 1978 trivia. Huh?
Yeah, by the way, I was just handed something saying that there's an accident right now. At First in Delaware, there's ambulances, fire trucks, the works. We'll
Okay,
have news
and
coming up at
also
noon.
don't forget about 9:30 this morning, that active shooter drill at FCHS.
Right, so don't get freaked out by that.
don't get alarmed.
Okay, first question was, U.S. Treasury minted this new coin. Give the guest first chance.
Okay.
Any ideas?
But this
Kathy?
isn't. This isn't the one I knew.
Oh,
Or
okay.
I
Well,
thought I knew.
then tell
All right.
us the answer.
A quarter.
I've got two answers.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you which one's right.
Okay, either Susan B. Anthony or Sacagawea dollar.
No, you're the Susan B. Anthony.
Susan
So
B. Anthony,
You're
okay.
right. Okay. Number 2. He asked 900 people in Guyana to commit suicide. Go.
The Reverend Jim Jones.
Yes, and the People's Temple, and it's like a purple Kool-Aid. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was Kool-Aid.
Wow.
With cyanide laced Kool-Aid.
Frightening.
Yeah.
Number 3. The son of Sam was convicted. His real name?
Sam.
Was
Nope.
it Sirhan?
No.
No.
David Berkowitz.
David Berkowitz,
The peanut
okay.
gallery comes through. That Vaughn, you can't get anything past him. He terrorized New York for 12 months.
Yes, he did. And now he's here.
Not Jeff Vaughn.
Well, I didn't mean he was the son of Sam. I just mean he went
he's
on
been
a trip for
terrorized
12
here
months
for 12
to New
months.
York and terrorized New York.
Yeah. Number 4. 2 big John Travolta movies opened. You know that
Staying
one?
Alive.
No. That was the sequel to one of them.
I don't know what it would be.
All right, your turn.
Grease was one of them.
Grease was one of them, yes.
Oh.
And what was the
And,
first one? What was the first movie that ended up, the second movie was Staying Alive?
Saturday Night
Fever.
Saturday Night Fever.
Both in 1978. He had 2 movies come out, huge hits in 1 year.
And like in 1978, didn't he have a #1 song?
Yeah, I think he did. He had everything
and
going
he had
for him.
Welcome Back, Kotter.
He was just wrapping that up, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. But he was taking off in his movie career. Gallon of gas cost, want to take a guess within 5 cents?
I'd say 45 cents a gallon.
Okay.
79 cents.
Both wrong, 63 cents. But you were thinking.
Oh.
It was under $1, well under $1. Number 6, she was picked to be an astronaut in 1978 and went into space in 1983. And I'm going to tell you, it wasn't the one I gave you earlier today.
Okay. Sally Ride.
Yes, perfect. Boy, you are.
Oh, my goodness.
You're on your game. You're on your game. Number 7, the newspaper comic strip debuted in 46 newspapers this year, 1978.
Either Garfield or Doonesbury.
I was going to say Garfield.
Garfield it is.
Garfield,
Created by cartoonist Jim Davis, the comic strip focused on the life of a lazy and often sarcastic cat named Garfield.
And you know what kind of food he likes?
I don't even want to talk food.
Lasagna.
Ooh.
I'm-
Cheese.
I'm getting
Stringy cheese.
I'm getting a mental image here, and I'm not liking it. How'd you like to move over to the AM side?
Hey.
It's still
skin
the
off
same
my
paycheck,
teeth,
isn't
that'd
it?
just give me more time to eat lasagna.
Yeah. Number 8. The U.S. stopped production of the neutron bomb. What did it do?
What did the neutron bomb do?
Yes.
Or
What did it do? What's a neutron bomb?
it blows things up. It's a bomb.
No, it doesn't.
Really?
Is that the EMP thing?
It kills people, but it leaves buildings intact.
Oh, okay.
How does that do that?
I don't know.
But they've got a neutron bomb.
That's a new one on me, man.
You see what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
can drop the bomb, and you can no radioactivity. You go in and
Yeah. That's crazy.
kind of just exterminates the people. Number 9. The first ever cell mobile phone system starts in what state?
I'm saying Texas.
You want to take
New
a
York?
guess? Illinois.
Oh.
Really?
Illinois Bell Company introduces the first ever cellular mobile phone system in 1978.
That's surprising.
Isn't it amazing where we've come to from there to now?
I know.
I mean, who would've ever-
I remember using a bag phone.
Oh, yeah, me too. one attached permanently in my car.
Yeah.
And now I
remember
live
doing-
on this thing.
I remember doing ball games.
How many hours?
Absolutely.
I work 3.5, 4 hours a day on this phone. Isn't that frightening?
That
I can
is.
remember doing ball games with a bagged phone.
Yes, I did that too. I certainly did that too. Number 10. Name the game that started the craze for computer video games in 1978.
Pac-Man.
Good try.
Pong.
Both wrong. Pong was the first one I had, quite honestly. But I'm old. It was Space Invaders.
Really? Space
Yeah.
Invaders was
started
before
in
Pong?
1978. Well, I don't know. I think Pong was before that.
Well, I thought Pong. Oh, you said.
Name the game that started the craze for computer video games in 1978. And the answer,
I
according
thought Pong was.
that one's disputed.
Okay.
And you know what? You bring up a lasagna again, and you're going to lose those disputes. You understand, man?
Fried chicken's even
Oh, fried chicken! Like kryptonite!
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
You know, that's my favorite meal.
Yes,
Fried chicken.
Don't.
Macaroni,
God,
macaroni
don't do
and
this
cheese
to me, please.
and
Oh.
cornbread. Sweet cornbread.
Kathy, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having
Kathy
me.
Burkett. We'll do it again sometime, okay?
Great.
We'd love to have you again.
Thanks,
Thank you
Kathy.
for joining us, and keep your food away from me. Thank you.
It's what you've been looking for. WFIW FM